So Fatman, So sleazy. There's an open chair down there. Up over.
Down, over, that way, down here. I don't know where Canadian Fat Man is. Wait, wasn't he Canadian Sleazy at one point? I don't even know anymore. No one seems to
He
know.
changes his name more than Ed Leslie.
Wow. Let's talk about that in another dynasty of characters on the wrestling show. Welcome, everyone. This is Sleazy.
This is a Fat Man. That video was cutting out a lot for me. Maybe the Canadian internet made its way over here.
It is, upstate New York, and we all know how happy internet can be there. But welcome, everyone, to another wonderful episode. As you can see, that is our new intro, I guess. New, what do they call that? Banner. Logo. We were trying something new. As always, we're always trying to reinvent ourselves. But we wanted to do something new, something cool. So, big thanks to Sean, who's probably listening, potentially not, or one of our multitude of fans that created that logo for us. So thank you for that. I'm kind of intentionally stalling here a little bit, waiting for Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan's being a papa.
Yes, so we allow that on this show. We're not little bitches, and when it comes to that, are we though? Are we little bitch? I don't know. I don't even know anymore.
I know you are.
But what am I?
A little bitch.
Well, you know what they say. You are what you eat.
Oh, so I eat Chinese food. Sweet.
Today we're talking AEW Dynasty. Featuring that one match that everyone seems to be talking about.
Hey, I've not heard a goddamn person talk about Julia Hart versus Willow Nightingale, okay?
The funny part is I was going to actually make the same reference, the same match. Long show, as always. So we've got a lot to...
Let's get the bits out of the way with. Show was too damn long. Yep. Referee sucked.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
It's AEW.
It's AEW.
And if you don't like AEW...
Don't watch the product.
Don't watch the product.
Here's the thing. Like we said on our last show, I like AEW. They can do better. It's not like they just frustrate me at times, which you will find out on this show.
Yeah. The thing is, you take the bad with the good, in my opinion. And in this particular show, spoiler, there were a couple of decently good matches here. And actually some pretty decent storytelling in a couple of them as well, which is not something that I normally praise AEW for. So...
I have a feeling we're gonna fight.
Oh, we gonna fight.
I already told Ryan we're gonna fight. So.
Oh, don't worry. I have the ability to mute people anytime I wish. I choose not to use it because I'm just, I love to make sure that everyone and their brother knows that you are wrong.
I am never wrong.
Well, you'll find out. One of the cool things that I did manage to get done over the weekend / last week was I did finish our Hall of Fame on the website at wrestlingshow.com. You can check that out under the Wrestling Show Hall of Fame, obviously. There's 3 inductees. This asshole over here, depending on which way you're going. John Cimino, aka JC Money, who we put in 2022, I want to say. The end of 2021, 2022, somewhere around there. And then this asshole managed to put his own fucking pencil in.
Hey, this pencil's done a lot of work.
It's been up his ass a lot. But no, in all seriousness,
Smells like Ryan.
Wow. Yeah, we're gonna try and start getting better at inducting people because why not? The rules to the Hall of Fame are on there. Basically,
I get to pick.
No,
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely not. But absolutely not.
Those are the rules. The Hall of Famer that is currently on the show gets to pick who the next Hall of Famer is. Those were the rules when I made the rules. So, as a first inductee, I get to make the rules.
This is a bad version of I win.
Yes. And how do you play I win? I win.
I win.
Therefore, I always win.
Did you end up watching the 0 Hour or any of that, the pre-show?
That might have been the stupidest question you've ever asked on this show. I
have to ask.
No.
Okay, good. So you and I are both in the same thing. So let me
This show's already 47 hours long and you want me to watch another 13?
Right? No. Here's the thing. Of course.
Also, the 0 Hour was a half hour longer. They started at 6:30.
There was 1, 2, 3 matches.
Oh, normally there's 4.
Yeah, so there were longer matches too.
Well,
including fucking Shibata was on the pre-show. God damn, pal. Yeah, the 3 main matches were Trent Beretta versus Matt Sydal, Orange Cassidy and Shibata versus Shane Taylor Promotions, and then the main event of 0 Hour.
Oh, I'm sorry. I did watch that match.
The tag match or the Trios Unification match?
Trios Unification.
It was the Ring of Honor 6-man tag team titles versus who the Bullet Club had? Was it the Claim?
Gold? I think the Ring of Honor was Bullet Club Gold or the Bang Bang Club or the Gun Club.
Whatever they're called.
They've had like 4 names in the last
Bang Bang, Scissor Gang. What up, yo?
They've had like 4 names in the last 7 weeks, so it doesn't.
What did you think of that?
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
It was fine. Whatever. At this point.
What it was.
It really was. So what do you think they do with the Trios titles now? I mean, do they just bounce back and forth between here and Ring of Honor, or?
I think so. I was gonna say maybe he got rid of them because he's realizing he has too many titles, but then they just created a women's television title. So well, that can't be it.
It's a different division, to be fair.
It is, but I'm also like, there's way too many titles, and then you have the Continental title and blah blah. I'm just like, why did he get rid of it? Maybe it's because he just doesn't have enough trios and he just combined them.
Mm-hmm. That may be the case because really, if you count all the trios out there, it's what, 4?
Yeah.
It's Shane Taylor Promotions is one of them technically.
The Kingdom.
Well, yeah.
The Acclaimed.
And then
I mean they don't got Dalton and the boys anymore.
Right, they're gone.
Yeah.
What's his face left? So that's not even a trio anymore.
House of Black. Yeah, House of Black.
But they've already had a huge.
They've already had it, man. They're going to.
They're doing something different.
Yeah, they're going to push Aleister Black. So,
which is not a bad thing. It's never a bad thing to push Aleister Black.
Yeah.
Let's get onto the show. I know Ryan's still kind of.
So I guess I'll run it. I was trying to have him run it to save my voice, but I'll do it.
Once he gets back, we'll get him on there.
Oh, I heard a baby. AEW Continental Championship. Okada defends against Pac. Oh, maybe I hear him. Hold on. 21 minutes and 55 seconds. Kenton gave this 4 1/4.
You're the Asian mark enthusiast? No? Okay.
You're literally the only one else here to talk. So
fine. Match was fucking amazing. Absolutely wonderful. I'm gonna give this 4.5 stars. Because Ryan's not here, I'm not gonna say what it was missing. Just because I'm that kind of dick, really. But this was probably one of the best opening matches I've seen past 12 months. Really, really well done. Put together well. Not shocked that Okada won, but goddamn did he make fucking Pac look like a fucking beast again. Up to this point, Pac had been, losing a lot of stock, losing a lot of, he made him look great even in losing. And that's not something that I would have expected Okada to be doing in 2024 AEW.
Yeah, 4.25. I thought it was a great way to open up the show. Thought the right kid died. Yeah, it was really, it's a really, really fun, really good match.
How dare you agree with me?
I didn't. I gave it a half star or a quarter star less.
Oh, well, in that case. What a dasshole.
Yo, dog, I heard you like trios matches.
I do.
Adam Copeland, the King of the 2-star match, Eddie Kingston, and Mark Briscoe versus the House of Black. 17 minutes, 45 seconds. Kenton gave this 3.5 stars. Ryan, you're the tag team wrestling enthusiast. Awesome take. Love it. I gave it 3. I thought it was good, but it was sloppy at times. And holy crap, was it Brody King almost slipped off the top rope on that top rope suplex and almost died?
Almost died.
And I just remembered it because there's more prominence on this match. I was listening to this through my headphones. I could hear every spot being called the whole show. Their mics were up way too much.
It's funny because my first kind of watch through. So I watched part of it live, and then I watched it Monday morning. Actually, full watch through it. When I was originally watching, I'm like, I don't know what the hell he's talking about. But I had it on mute too because my wife was watching something else. So I'm like, okay, whatever. And then I go back and listen. You're absolutely right. You could hear 90% of the spots being called. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I think they did that for one main reason. Crowd noise.
Yeah.
Even though it wasn't, I hate when people post those pictures online of crowds. Who cares? I mean, yes, it's bad to go to a 20,000 seat arena and only sell 3,000 tickets.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. At least they went to a 10,000 seat arena, sold it out for a pay-per-view. So Good for them. I think they did it for crowd noise, which really they didn't need to do because that crowd was hot all fucking night.
Right.
I thought they were. I was thinking they were worried that the crowd wasn't going to be into it.
Right.
But that's not the case at all.
What the fuck were you guys thinking? That's a key example of AEW not reading the room. And in this case, it was the opposite of what it normally is, where they're like, oh, this is going to slap, and then there's 300 people in the arena. You know what I mean?
Right.
This was the total opposite of that. Oh, I don't know if they're going to be loud enough for this big show that we've got planned. And they were hot, motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm.
The show, or this match itself, you're absolutely right. 3 stars. One of the bits that I read online was this. Taz can't believe Copeland is teaming with Kingston and Briscoe, proving that he doesn't watch Collision either. But yeah, to be perfectly frank with you, this was fine. It was in the dead spot, but the main reason why this match existed was to get a singles match together with Copeland versus, Black, and we're going to get some cool shit after that.
Oh, also, opinion. Right kids died. I really do believe.
Oh, without question. Without question.
This is going to be weird, but I'm going to send this to you anyway because there was something that I mentioned to you and you didn't believe me, so I'll send it. Anyway.
My favorite.
Because I'm always right.
Right.
But another thing I want to talk about the crowd is maybe they were a little too hot because
What?
Yes,
the fuck out of here.
Here's the thing.
Here's the thing.
Well, here's the thing. Sometimes crowds like that try to get themselves over instead of watching the match.
Okay.
And there was 1 or 2 matches where they were absolutely doing that.
Was the next match one of them, by chance?
Yes.
I wonder why.
Yes, I understand that because it is the TBS Championship. Julia Hart defends against Willow Nightingale. 6 minutes. Canton gave this 2 1/4. Sleazy, you're the one's wrestling enthusiast.
Overrating piece of shit.
100%.
Star and a half. I thought this was sloppy from moment one. It just 6 minutes of just garbage. Honestly, here's my take on this. I think Julie was doing a great job with the championship, but if you thought about it for even 2 seconds and know where Willow was before this spot, you knew she was going to win because you knew, spoiler, Mercedes Moné walks her ass out there because she's going to face Willow. And we've already had that matchup before in New Japan, and we're going to have that again in AEW. We're going to run it back.
So Ryan is in the chat.
The fuck, dude? Holy shit. Goddamn, pal. Holy shit. Can't even be on the show, but can be on the show. Right. Fucking amazing. Yeah, I think you're right with the fact that the crowd was trying to get themselves over here, but what else were they going to do? Watch the match? And I don't like slamming matches like this, but this is the reason why some people look at the AEW women's division and go, what is this fucking shit?
I said in the chat, wrong kid died, even though we all knew where it was going to lead.
Right.
Sasha was going to come out. We all knew where it was going to lead. 100%. It was predictable. I just don't like Willow Nightingale. I think she's super overrated. I think she's dangerous in the ring. I just don't like her. What'd you get at 1 star?
I gave it a 1.5 stars.
1.5 stars? Oh,
yeah.
I gave it 1.
Wow.
Yeah, I was not kinder. This was trash.
You know what's funny is that you'll say there that she's trash in the ring and she's dangerous.
No,
I don't see her necessarily dangerous, but she is definitely still very green.
I just think she's dangerous in the ring.
Okay.
Like she just looks like she's dangerous in the ring.
Well done, Ryan. So perfect for AEW.
Yes.
What an asshole.
AEW International Championship. Roderick Strong defends against Kyle O'Reilly. 17 minutes and 20 seconds. Can't give this 3 1/4. I was talking to Ryan before we went on the chat, and I said there were some matches on here that just they were solid, but they were disappointing. This was one of them.
Okay.
I gave it to Mike Sanders. 2 3/4. It was underwhelming. I was not a big fan of it. Slightly above average. Just, I don't know. I thought there could have been more to it between these two.
I would kind of agree with you on that. I gave it 3 stars. I've seen Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly fight more than a dozen times, I want to say. Maybe even more than that. Because they've fought all over the place. Ring of Honor, PWG, indies, everywhere. Okay? Singles, duo, tag team matches, even trios matches. This was one of, if not my least favorite matches of theirs. It just felt like that they were... I don't know why, but it felt like that O'Reilly really lost a lot of luster, maybe. Because this was his, second or third match back, maybe. Maybe it might even be his first actual match. It's certainly his first match on AEW pay-per-view in a long dog time. I feel like that this was a good way to get him back in here with an opponent that obviously they know each other for years and years and years. So it was easy for Kyle to kind of, I don't want to say phone it in, but definitely, you know what I mean?
I maybe he was a little too timid to begin with. Coming back from major neck surgery, just wanted to get eased back into it. Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah.
But no, like I said, this match was again solid, but they've had way better bangers than this.
Oh yeah, absolutely, without question. And I do want to touch on something else. We kind of talked about the trios title. When are they going to combine the international
and the
continental title? What the fuck?
And make them the intercontinental title?
What the fuck are we doing here? Come on, guys.
The shit books itself.
Right?
International, continental, just do the intercontinental. And then you'll have people be like, they copy WWE. Who cares?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter.
Who cares? FTW rules match for the FTW championship. So, duh. Like, duh. Hook defense against Chris Jericho, 16 minutes and 25 seconds. Ken gave this 3 stars.
Are you going to say it or am I?
It was an okay match for a house show.
You both are overrating pieces of shit.
Oh, okay.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah,
guys.
I was not a fan. Like, it was okay, but my notes were, I mean, they kind of put the work in and told a good story, ? But the title means nothing.
It's not a real title.
That's why it means nothing. So it's here we go. Ryan, keep Continental title, different rules, alone make it better. What's the only difference is no outside interference.
Right. Cool. I mean, here's the thing.
Okay.
Again,
it is different.
It's different, and different is good.
Okay, I agree with that. Yeah.
I don't know what to say here. Hook is one of those people that was super hot for like no reason, and now he's kind of like everyone's moved on.
I 100%. I'm sorry, I 100% disagree with Ryan. It was the same match as Hook wins, great match. No, not at all.
Yeah, no. The problem I have with the match is that it was a mismatch to begin with. I mean, what the fuck were we doing? Well done for the bottle trick. The biggest problem, you're going into this match knowing it's going to be no DQ, knowing it's going to be like one of the spots that they fucking did was the whole putting the trash can on Jericho and Hook hitting him with the Singapore cane. Any idiot looking at that knows that doesn't go do shit. You know what I mean?
I can make a joke, but I won't.
Do it. You won't.
Only idiots watch AEW.
Wow. You heard it first, folks.
Like I said,
watch AEW, you're an idiot. According
we watched the
Hall
show.
of Famer, Fat Man.
I guess I'm an idiot because I watched the show too.
But even it was so bad that Jericho couldn't even really sell it. You know what I mean? It was stuff like that was just like, really? And then basically having them have to do this super fuck your finish at least twice in the match. It's just like, it just didn't work for me. This was what, 17 minutes long?
16:35. Yeah.
So close. Yeah. Close to, it felt like forever. And then having Jericho win an absolutely useless title. What the hell
not
is
a DQ if he didn't him. It was a no DQ match. So
it didn't matter. It absolutely didn't matter. The point was that it just looked like shit, not that it mattered or not. But yeah, that's my opinion. Did I actually give you a rating? It was 2 stars.
Okay. AEW Women's Championship. Timeless Toni Storm defends against Thunder Rosa. 15 minutes, 10 seconds. Kay gave this 3 1/4. Sleazy, you're the women's wrestling enthusiast.
This was the women's match that was good. I gave this 3.5. I liked how they kind of played back a lot of the earlier spots, having Toni Storm do the cloverleaf at one point. You know, there's just so much great story work here too with Toni Storm. I think that even having Mariah May and Deanna like brawl to the back was actually a good call too, because it made the finish look, you know, as good, as clean as it could be. You know what I mean? I think I don't know where we're going from here, is my question. What do you think?
3 3.5, or no, 3 1/4. I'm sorry, I agree with John. It was a good match. I wouldn't call great. Felt a little long.
Wasn't it shorter than the TBS title?
No, TBS title was the shortest match of like 6 minutes.
It felt like it was forever.
Yeah. But again, some of these matches did go a little long, like the Hook match did go a little long, stuff like that. Yeah. But were they going with it? I don't know with AEW, man. They set up these things where like Deanna lost to her, but she's still in the feud with her, but yet she's going to be feuding with someone else and just kind of goes away. That's what AEW's women's division is. It's like I don't know where they're going with it. We know where the TBS title's going. We don't know where the women's world title's going. We don't know where. Right. I don't know. Like, I honestly don't.
Is this a Jamie Hayter moment?
I'm thinking maybe they're biding their time until Britt Baker comes back.
That might be true as well. I could see them pulling a Jamie Hayter and having Mariah May beat her for it, but that's not going to happen until at least after Forbidden Door. Because you and I both know that they've
already set up the Forbidden Door match.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Okay. Will Ospreay versus Daniel Bryanson. 32 minutes and 40 seconds. Spoiler, longest match of the show. Kenton gave this 5 stars. Sleazy.
Last year, we had what? I think I counted maybe 7, maybe 6 5-star plus matches. I don't know what I want to do here. I really don't know. I came into this knowing that this was probably the best match I've seen in 5 years. The problem is, last year I gave a match 5.5 stars. Zack Sabre Jr. versus Will Ospreay. This match was better than that. I think I have to. I can't believe I'm saying this. I have to go 6 stars. This is a match that I'm not sure can be topped. This was absolute perfection from the moment people walked down to the aisle till the 3 count. After the 3 count is a whole different story. But bell to bell, you can't get anything more perfect than this. This was better than Sabre Jr. versus Ospreay last year. So I have to give it something higher than 5.5 stars. So I'm going to go 6. I have to.
Okay, coming underneath piece of shit. I don't think this was the best Will Ospreay match this year.
What?
My notes. It was excellent. Near perfect. Except for the finish.
Okay.
Absolutely hated the finish. Where he hits Danielson with what the hell was that move? The Tiger
Driver.
And then he sells his neck. The ref is like, and then they just let Ospreay hit the hidden blade. I'm like, that's the most AEW thing ever. Like, the guy's hurt. Let's just keep doing, quote, hurt. But then keep doing the move. I can't go 5 stars. That's the reason why. Everything else up to that point, perfection.
It was foreshadowed earlier in the match, though.
That's not my problem. My problem is, oh, hey, the ref's like, this guy's hurt. Let's call the doctor in and then have Ospreay do another move. Makes the AEW refs look incompetent.
I disagree with you on that, because just because he wanted the doctor in doesn't mean Ospreay saw that he wanted the doctor in.
Okay, that is a fair point.
So
they did say that on a commentary too.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't like the spot.
That's fine.
You can call it a dumb reason all you want, Ryan. If they would have done everything else and then call for the doctor after the blade, that's a 5-star match. But doing it in between moves, it made no sense to me.
It did, in the fact that you're trying to sit here and say that. What is your complaint? I guess
my complaint is the spot was unnecessary. Like, if they reversed it, if he hit the Tiger Driver and Danielson's holding his neck, and the ref doesn't call the X and doesn't call the doctor, and then he hits the hidden blade, I'm okay with it. But then the ref's like, we need to get a doctor in here, and then he hit. To me, it just, again, it's AEW fish. You're making your ref looking. Yes, I don't understand. Ospreay didn't see it, and I understand the ref didn't see it too. My point is, why do that spot?
Because it's storytelling post match. Do I like the storytelling post match? I'm on the fence on that, but
I understand.
That's why they did it.
Here's the thing: I'm okay with people calling it 5 stars. Like, there's no problem with that. Me personally, I can't do it. I think the spot was dumb. And if it's a 5-star match, it has to be perfect. That was not a perfect spot. Everything else was absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. That fucking hurt. But absolutely amazing. I can't go. I just can't. Like, I'm sitting here, like, I was struggling, like, and I watched it again the next day, because this was the last match I watched before I went to bed, because this match ended right at 11 o'clock at night. Yeah. So I watched the other 2 matches and went back and watched this, and I'm like, I can't do it. I cannot do it. Again, this is one of those matches where, like, give it 6 stars. You can give it 1 billion stars. I'm not going to bitch. It deserves it. Just one spot, in my opinion, was like, if they would have just not done that, cut that 10-second spot out, and just not even do that and call for the doctor after the match, that's a 5-star match, in my opinion. They added too much, which was weird for an AEW match. They added. Here's the biggest bitch, and Orion's gonna fucking flip out of this. They added too much story, which they never do. And it didn't make sense at the time to add that at that point in the match.
This is boggling my mind. Honestly.
I know.
This is because I don't even know how I can respond to this, because I really don't understand your complaint about it.
My complaint is the spot was unnecessary. My complaint was he held his neck.
So?
The referee went, you need to get a doctor in now.
Okay.
Obviously, The ref didn't see Ospreay do it. Ospreay didn't see the ref call it. He's standing 5 feet away. He heard him say it. Again, Ryan's going to say it's a heel move. I agree. I 100% agree. But
I disagree with that specifically because because he was way on the other side of the ring when he came back for the in Blade.
Okay, whatever.
In front of 10,000 people screaming. Which by the way, and you pointed this out first, so I'm going to
Yeah, no, they were hot all fucking night.
No. They never sat down the entirety of the match.
They did not.
They were there,
yes.
you know? And
I just think they just added a spot that wasn't necessary. I just think, like, if you'd done that after the match, okay, he's holding his neck after the Tiger Driver, and then he hits a hidden blade, great. But don't have the referee go, we need a doctor in now, and then have another move done. It's an
additional sell. It's all it is.
It just doesn't seem competent to me.
How is it not competent, though? In fact, it makes him look a little more competent. He realizes the man's hurt, so he's trying to get a doctor.
Yeah, I can't do it.
You know what I mean? That's why it's like I'm struggling here, man. I'm really struggling.
Like I said, I don't have a problem with anyone giving a 5-star, 6-star, 7-star, 8 stars.
And I'm going to tell you right now, there's going to be people out here that I guarantee you, numbnuts there. Fuck Dave Meltzer is going to sit here and jump up and down. 7 3/4 matches, stars.
It'll be the highest rated match he ever gave.
Without question. He's already on Twitter saying that, what was it? It was the best match he's seen in 5 years. And
to be honest, I really liked Ospreay's match with Takeshita. That's my match of the year right now. I think it was a better match.
And I like that match too.
So I don't. But anyway, let's move on. Ladder match for vacant AEW Tag Team Championship. FTR versus the Young Bucks. 21 minutes, 35 seconds. Can't give us 4 1/4. Ryan, you're the tag team wrestling enthusiast.
Yo Dog, I heard you like tag team matches.
Oh yeah, Yo Doggers like tag team matches. Sorry.
Riveting input by Ryan here, by the way. I think it's phenomenal.
Also, this was another match where I expected way more than what I got.
This I agree with. Because this is their, what was his 4th match together?
4th match, yeah.
My problem is probably the problem you had. Too much fuckery in a ladder match. Oh, actually, my goodness.
Fuck you. Don't ever shit on Dave Meltzer ever again because his opinion's not fact if you're not giving that a 5-star match, you piece of shit. Fuck you. Hope you step on a Lego.
It's not a 5-star match, in my opinion.
Well, shit, it is a 5-star match.
In my opinion, this is why we do
your
the fucking
opinion
show.
Is fucking wrong. Guess what?
It's not wrong.
Opinion of your opinion. That is a 5-star match.
It's not. In my opinion, it's not.
Don't ever shit on Dave Meltzer again. Ever.
I can shit on Dave Meltzer all I want because it's my opinion to shit on Dave Meltzer.
Dude, that is the worst. And your shitty reason for it too. That's my problem here. Oh, I didn't like what the refs did in AEW.
It wasn't.
What a concept. What are we thinking people come on? They got to deal with that shit.
Listen, shut the fuck up. The reason why I didn't like it wasn't because what the refs did. It was this spot made by the fucking wrestlers in the match.
All of it made fucking sense.
It did not make sense.
Absolutely did.
Now talk about the shittiest fucking ladder match I've seen in the last 5 years.
You hated the ladder match too. Of course you did.
It was boring. It was a boring ladder match.
It had to follow an 18-star fucking match. Whatever match was following that match was going to suffer.
3 stars. Boring. It was boring. Yes, it was. I'm sitting here going, and remember, I watched the Ospreay match the night before. I started with fresh eyes with this fucking ladder match. I wasn't tired, was it? Nothing. I'm sitting here going like this during it.
That's another thing. Why are you bitching about the length of this pay-per-view? It was only 4 hours. That's a standard pay-per-view now. That's not a long pay-per-view anymore.
Because I can bitch about whatever the fuck I want. It's my show. That's why. So I'm going to bitch about Meltzer a lot because fuck Dave Meltzer. Okay, here's the thing. He didn't get Kurt Angle a 5-star match, therefore I can bitch about him all I want. 2, some of these shows don't need to be this fucking long. 3, which I've said before.
Your 2 is wrong because it's AEW. They don't have that many pay-per-views. A 4-hour pay-per-view is perfectly acceptable for them in this age.
They're having a pay-per-view every fucking month.
They
Some pay-per-views are a week away from each other.
Sometimes their scheduling is shitty, but they don't have a pay-per-view every month.
Yes, they do.
That plateau yet.
The one month I don't think they have a show is July.
Let's all look it up together.
Because I know there's 2 months that they're not having pay-per-views.
May has a pay-per-view. June has a pay-per-view.
July.
August has a pay-per-view. September has a pay-per-view. October has a pay-per-view. November has a pay-per-view. Unless they got rid of World's End. December has a pay-per-view. July is the only one that I think does not
February
have a
didn't have one.
Correct. February didn't. Yeah.
That's
February didn't
fucking
have
not every month.
So 10 months out of 12 still.
And for these
To be fair,
their second year running.
Well, yeah. Well, I was going to point that out is that they only had 8 shows last year, and they had 5 shows in 2022
every year. And 4 hours is still a standard for a pay-per-view. Their pay-per-views are usually 5 and 6 hours long, not counting pre-show.
We're not going to talk about the pre-show.
No.
We don't talk about Bruno. I get it, but like the 4-hour pay-per-view is not a long pay-per-view anymore.
It is when you're fucking old. I'm going to bitch about whatever the fuck I want to bitch about. If you don't like it, go fucking eat a bag of fucking dicks. I'm old. So stop bitching about what I'm bitching about. This is an opinion-based show. It was not a 5-star match.
Wait a second.
Opinion.
No. Fuck you. I'm going to start here by saying this. And
pause for dramatic effect.
And this ladder match is
it's an opinion-based show, but anytime somebody's opinion differs from you, we're the wrong ones.
Yeah.
Have
So
I ever
fuck off.
Have I said this on the show?
There is
Yes, 100% in the past. This show, I have not said that's a wrong opinion.
I don't remember.
Because I haven't said it. Like I said, if you want to give this a 5-star match, 100%, I can see it. I have no problem with it. But don't bitch at me because I didn't like a spot in the match that didn't make the match perfect.
If you were not going to call that a 5-star match, the reason that you personally, opinionatively, you should have picked was there's no fucking storyline going into it.
They made the story afterwards.
Yes.
which makes it better, in my opinion. Because it made it everything. I still don't understand why this isn't perfection to you.
I said it about Ospreay and Mike Bossy Bailey when it happened. That should never have been a 5-star match because there was no fucking story going into it. And it happened. AEW happens a lot. There's very little story goes into their shit, and then it's banger or burger after burger. Like,
thank you. That is me.
I want to shout out Sheamus because his response to that on Twitter when he says he becomes the 2-time King of the Ring, it's just a picture of the Burger King with the crown, Ginger.
Well, he's leaning into that more than I ever thought he would. More respect to him. I love him.
He comes back thick, not fat, thick.
Thick.
Yeah, it's like meat. Booker T. Booker T say no bread, no water, just meat.
That's meat, baby. Shuggy duggy quack quack.
Well, Ryan's got it out of that system for breastfeeding a baby. Ladder match, boring.
Why? It's not boring.
But again,
it wasn't.
I thought it was the last 10 minutes it picked up, but the first 10, I'm like,
and the worst is to me. I already told you why because it had to follow that fucking match. Mm-hmm. Anything that followed that match. The start of that match, normally most matches are fucking shit. Like, just because it's not the same energy. The fact that ladder match was able to pick any energy back up after that.
I would agree with that. 100%.
They worked hard to get that match back up. Like, I'm not saying that they didn't work hard. I just thought it was boring. And here's the funny thing. I should be praising for this. They didn't really do unnecessarily weird bumps, which I thought they would.
Nothing they would have followed that match.
Right.
Yeah, and they were just stupid to try it.
It took
No,
somebody
I'm talking about
to get a bigger reaction.
To be honest, I thought this was opening the show. So I'm like, oh, they're going to go balls to the wall. Like, and when I didn't see it open, I'm like, where are they going to place this?
Hindsight 2020, you have the big title match, and then you have this match that everybody's going to fucking freak out about. You start with the ladder match. You're going to be like...
This is where the TBS title should have been.
Disagree.
What do you think should have been here?
No, this. 100% this.
It was because the only match that would have picked it back up.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay, I can see that logic.
Because you knew whatever was going to hit there was just going to be fucking flat. And 4 guys in a ladder match that, have so much history with each other would have picked up the crowd without question.
Okay.
So FTR, because I made this comment in the chat when they announced it was a ladder match, so I can refer back to myself in this. So FTR didn't want to eat the pin. Okay.
Right?
And I said in the chat after, because that joke was funny, I thought this was their 3rd match, but it's not. It's their 4th.
Yeah.
Right.
So as soon as they said that, Bucks are winning.
Right.
Yeah.
And Jack Perry coming back was predictable. Again, predictable doesn't mean bad.
The skin mask.
That's the interesting thing that I want to see where they go, because I want to see if they can keep his momentum.
They're not.
The entire reason why they pulled out the fucking
footage was
brawl out footage.
Yeah.
That was the entire point of that. So if they don't strap a goddamn rocket to him, what the fuck are they going to do?
He's joining the Elite.
Okay, so it'd be the 4th most important person of the Elite?
He was the 4th most important person in Jungle Express. There was only 3 at one point.
Yeah.
Okay, fair. You got me there. But at least he had a cool fucking theme. Now he doesn't even have that. Unless those motherfuckers license Justin Timberlake's Cry Me a River, then they've got my money for life.
Oh, man. The Videotron just be rain?
Yes! Yes! Oh. I am in! Fucking Tony Khan, I will suck your coke-laden dick.
I mean,
give me that. Allegedly.
Didn't they license Kansas at one point?
Yes.
And
for the Bucks.
Yeah, Final Countdown. Yeah.
Fuck you money.
They'll license that.
He could have been out like Vince McMahon and shitting on bitches, but no, he's just buying play money for videos he gets to watch when he's 80. Remember when I had a Fed?
Remember when I ran a Fed?
What did Eric Bischoff call him? Just a kid playing with his action figures?
Dixie Khan.
I've been saying that literally for 3 years now.
Yeah.
The problem was in the beginning. He gave some of the action figures real money.
Yeah.
Correct.
Cody went peace. Brandy went, well, if he's got... Cody gave up a TV show to go back to WWE. Let's be fucking clear here.
Yeah. A full-on, printing money reality TV show.
And he's probably selling more merch now. And
probably. But you're also...
It's a gamble. It was a gamble
It's a gamble, yeah. You're betting on yourself in that respect.
Yeah.
That's twice he did it, baby.
Yep. And it worked both times. Actually, is it kind of 3 times? Left WWE, created AEW is a gamble.
Created AEW was the gamble within leaving WWE. That was one long...
Okay.
That's long-term storytelling.
I disagree with that because
I would think you had to build them up on the indies.
Because the big name in AEW was Jericho. Wasn't Cody.
It was not. You're correct. But don't forget, out of all the people that footed the bill for the original All In, he was one of them. So left WWE, bet on himself, went to shitty places like Excite,
But that's still betting again. That's
betting on himself.
He bet on himself all the way through. We went back to WWE. He did what fucking Drew McIntyre did.
Yes, absolutely, 100%.
He did longer than Drew, but like
he left to learn a new hold.
Yeah.
All right, would you rate the ladder match, Sleazy?
I gave it 4 stars. It was still a great match.
It was.
I've obviously it had some hurdles to overcome, and I'm not a huge fan of the finish, only because I felt like it made it almost an afterthought.
Nah, I'm gonna play the card here now. I didn't think that was Jack Perry at first.
Really?
Dude, we've seen enough of real life incidents in those situations.
That could have been a fan. That's fair. I mean,
like long enough that I went, oh shit, that's a fan. And then when the guards just grabbed him regularly and put him into the corner and went reaching for his mask, I was like, that's not a fan. I saw the hair and I was like, I know who that is.
Oh, fucker!
To me, that's still the joy I had that I think you guys don't have as much anymore. Mm-hmm. I still suspend disbelief every fucking chance I get, because that is what makes movies, what makes wrestling, TV shows, anything entertainment. If you don't believe, he does stand up, and he's still a fucking undead wizard to me, okay? Yeah. There's a cult of hundreds of hooded figures at a moment's notice ready for him. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
What? Of who?
Taker.
Me and Mark Callis.
Oh, the shirt he's wearing?
Yes. Legitimately, I'm wearing an Undertaker shirt, as you say that.
But that's what I mean. Like, to me, that was that moment. Like, cool, Jack Perry. Yes, Jack Perry was coming back at some point. I even figured it was going to happen. But it was for that brief moment, that one fan, God
damn it, I believe.
Eddie Guerrero, RVD from Raw.
Ladder match, yeah.
2000s. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that fan tried to knock Eddie off the ladder.
If only for a moment, I believe in Joe Hendry.
Damn it!
I do believe in Joe Hendry.
Yeah, I still listen. Kayfabe's real. If kayfabe is still real to you in any sense of the form, guess what? Wrestling is still going to be fucking amazing.
Speaking of wrestling, amazing. AEW World Championship.
The moment was amazing.
Defends against Swerve Strickland. 18 minutes. Can't give us 3.5. I agree. I thought it was a really good match. The big takeaway I took out of this match was that, like, Joe's been kind of wrecking people. Swerve kind of wrecked Joe. He stood toe-to-toe with Joe, and I think that kind of Swerve was elevated going into this match to begin with, but I think that elevated him even more.
I think the fact that they fucked each other around with him and Paige made him so fucking hungry for this.
But, like, Joe didn't destroy Hook. They had a really competitive match. The three-way wasn't a destruction. It was a barely got out of, like...
Right. But this AEW's building up Joe as, like, this unstoppable monster, but he hung with Joe. Like, just like he toe-to-toe, blow for blow. This is what my point was trying to get at. Like, and I think it made Swerve look even better than he was coming out. Which, obviously, winning the title does that to you, but...
Whose belt?
Swerve's belt. So, thank you. But, no, it was a really good match.
Wait, what? Whoa. What was that a reference to?
Whose belt?
Kofi just won the WCW championship. What are you talking about?
Oh, what the fuck you just said, little kid, but you're special.
Again, you need to get out of the antiquated forums of fucking internet and shit, dude, and get on like all social media. R-Truth tweets that as a
first ballot Hall of Famer. R-Truth, I want to point out.
NWA champion. Tweets on the X, on the Twitters, that the young people and the old people and the porn people use, that he congratulated Kofi Kingston winning the WCW title, and then made another comment, but it was Swerve holding the AEW belt.
Gotta love
that man is a fucking treasure, and they need to find out how to clone people.
Right.
That was pretty funny. I'm like, I just am never on it, so.
Well, that's why when I go to plug, you don't say anything anymore.
Right.
And I'm barely on X myself, so I can't say much.
Not enough for the good shit.
Well, I got you guys to tell my old ass what to do, what there is on there, so I don't need to.
Bitch, I'm older than you.
No, you're not.
But I have my money.
Yes, I am. These Widow's Peaks say differently.
Well, if I didn't shave my head,
right,
I'd have them too.
I thought this was great. I thought they did a great job of putting the story together. You're absolutely right. They made Swerve look like he was gonna really fucking fuck up Joe, who's been, pretty dominant throughout his entire reign. So I think they did a great job there. I love the fact that they took the time to celebrate that he won.
Yes.
Because for all intents and purposes, Swerve winning here means that there's 3 Black World Champions in wrestling right now.
Swerve.
Mm-hmm. Moose, iPhone.
And I'm sorry, I just got shocked. Anti-Fatman won the AEW card after.
Oh, fuck him. Fuck all of them.
Oh, I forgot to fucking fill that. I had it up on my fucking... And then my girlfriend called. She's on vacation. And I just forgot to fucking do it. I literally was going to do it.
He beat Pete and Al like 3 points.
I was way behind. But yeah, there's 3 black champions. Moose, Swerve Strickland, Cody Rhodes.
Oh, that's true. That's true. He's black by insertion.
Respect that.
Oh, you said you gave it 4 stars?
Yes.
Okay. Put that down. Ryan.
I absolutely love the match because the right kid died. I think a lot of credit needs to go to Samoa Joe for what he does for taking main titles and putting people over after the fact.
Yes.
To touch back on what you said earlier, AEW betting or Joe betting on himself again by going to AEW and doing this. This has been a Ring of Honor TNA run of Joe. If anybody remembers how his run in Ring of Honor was or how his run in TNA was of dominant champion, don't fuck around with Samoa Joe. That is what has been here in AEW now out of him, and I'm all for it.
Agreed.
Yep. He's been really good. Overall thoughts on the show. It was... I know
Wasn't as good as the last one.
Yeah, I would agree with that, yeah. Their talent rosters... Again, they put out really good pay-per-views. Like we said last week. Just their TVs are kind of meh sometimes. Well, everyone's TV is kind of meh sometimes, but...
I wouldn't know. I don't watch the product.
That's actually true.
Of course you don't.
But, like, yeah, this was a good show. Yeah.
Well, this goes to the last one because the middle of this card kind of dragged, I find, and just wasn't as good as it should have been.
Which is what my chief complaint with AEW is. It's not as good as it could be and should be. All right, let's go to news and rumors. I got a few. I want to talk about this Oh, sorry. My bad. I thought you talked about it, Sleazy. I apologize.
The fuck is this shit?
No, I really did thought you chimed in. I apologize.
Great start. Great finish. One of the best matches I've ever seen in my life in the middle. There were some valleys, but all in all, I'd still give it an 8 out of 10.
Wow.
I will say this, though, and I know I joke about this a lot, and I want to touch on this. I don't watch weeklies. So a lot of the times, my exposure to a company is their pay-per-views when we do these shows. That's it. So if you look at it from my perspective, I get to see a lot of fucking bangers and not have to worry about the chaff.
Fuck you.
It's true.
Still pisses me off.
There is some gems on the weeklies for every promotion, really.
Yeah. AEW more than most. But everyone's got
Osprey wrestling, you're going to have a gem on the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Osprey wrestlers, you're going to have a gem. And he wrestles on regular TV, regardless.
Yeah, I was just saying, I'm just talking about the weeklies. Sometimes you can get great. Look at Sami Zayn and Chad Gable.
Yeah, that was great. That was great. Okay. I went back and watched that.
His heel promo?
Yeah. See, that's one of the nice parts is that if there's something good on the weeklies, find it on TikTok, find it on YouTube. If I really need to, I'll go on to Hulu and watch the condensed version because they're not going to cut shit like that out.
Fuck you. I tells you now, even if you watch that condensed YouTube recap shows of all the weeklies, you're going to see basically everything. They cut out all of the dead shit.
Yeah, they
like
do.
And like if a rest holds 30 seconds, it tells a story, but you're not watching that recap tell a story.
Right.
Like
you're usually getting yourself up to the main show.
Okay. Let's talk about the non-compete.
Oh yeah. So recently the FTC has ruled or is ruling, they're going through the comment period right now, that non-compete clauses are basically going to be null and void. And that's a very, very short, condensed version of a very long legal process. But this has been coming for about 1.5 years now in the United States. There had been talk about it. There had been lawsuits, all sorts of different things. The reason why we give a shit at all is because one of the weirder things that have been happening lately is people have been working, let's say, Mike or John or Jim are sitting at a Jimmy John's working there. If you get fired or you quit from Jimmy John's, you're not allowed, according to their non-compete clause, to go to another sandwich place to work because you might have some specific ways of doing sandwiches that could cause an absolute weird shit to happen here.
What if you only butter like? You may joke, but that is a serious, like, to make it a joking reason. Yes, I get the honest behind it. All this means is that contracts are going to be fulfilled and people are going to sit at home a lot longer.
100%. What I think is going to happen is, say they're going to know, okay, we're going to release this guy at the end of his contract. 90 days before, he's off TV.
Or he's doing the absolute worst shit.
Yeah.
You're absolutely.
That's it. I mean,
and you guys are absolutely right on that. The reason why this even became a thing was because there were fucking people making $8, $10, $11 an hour from working other places in their area. That's why this all started. It has nothing. I'm not going to say it doesn't have anything to do with WWE, but WWE's contract setups are a good reason why that shouldn't work. You know, independent contractors are independent for a reason, except when they're not? Question mark?
Yeah, that's why when you brought it up, I'm like, well, they're independent contractors, but they have contracts. How does that work? I'm like, I would assume because they do have non-competes that they have to be fulfilled.
I'll fulfill your non-compete.
Yeah.
But they can make them legally non-enforceable, and that's what FTC is trying to do.
Now, what about these people who just got released, which I'll segue in here now, like Jinder Mahal, Von Wagner, Cameron Grimes.
Yeah.
Technically, they got released before this ruling. Does their non-compete still exist, or does it affect everything? That's what I figured because, that's what I figured.
One of the reasons why it still exists is because it hasn't gone through the comment period yet. So it officially hasn't been fully enacted yet. It will retroactively matter, but by the time it gets through all they're going to be through their non-competes anyway. And here's the other thing is that I have not looked at the specific language of it because there's two different roads it can go down. The road that's probably going to fuck WWE and other people a little bit more, other companies, is that they just make them completely non-enforceable and fuck off. The other road is that it's not enforceable unless you pay them. And WWE already does that. They give them downside guarantees while they're sitting out their 90-day non-compete. Mm-hmm. So Will it cause them to have to pay them more? Probably, because the downside guarantee is probably not going to be what they consider a normal salary, quote unquote. But in the grand scheme of things, it's not going to change a goddamn thing at WWE.
No, because they're just going to start releasing. They're just going to be like, okay, we're going to terminate your contract effective 90 days from now.
They won't even do that. They'll just pay him a higher salary.
Contracts lapse. There's going to be shorter contracts, maybe.
Well, their contracts are set up so that
3 to 5
if their
years.
contracts, well, yes, but if their contracts lapse, their non-compete does not go through. Their non-compete only goes through if they get released
or
they get released.
Released. Or they quit.
Or they quit. Or they retire. If they sit out the rest of their contract by retiring and then an additional 90 days, then they're clear. But that's all. I guess that's effectively quitting too. So
right. Yeah, I just like people are making like they're like, oh, it's gonna. It's not really gonna affect them that much. I don't think.
The only thing it's going to affect is money. That's all. And they're $1 billion company. They'll be fine.
Yeah. Oh, we just talked about those releases. Jinder Mahal, man.
I'm surprised they released him because he was really well liked.
They hindered
Xia Li.
They hindered the gender.
They hindered the ginger. They hindered the ginger.
They hindered the ginger. Yes.
Xia Li.
Hey, no, that's racist.
How dare you?
His name is Ginger. His name is Ginger.
You can say it with the way you want your 6 letters to say, but I can't make a joke with the way I want my 6 letters.
God damn it, man. Xia Li, another one that very well liked backstage. Jinder Mahal was very well liked backstage. Those were shocks to a lot of people. But in the same breath, when's the last time you seen them on TV?
That's what I was going to say. Like, you can be well liked all you want.
Wasn't Jinder with The Rock?
Right?
A month ago.
And that was kind of a lot of people's point was that the one time he got a shot, he knocked it out of the park because it was a great moment. And yet they still released him a month later. And we kind of talked about this a little bit with Cody. I think it's time for him to go and, learn a new hold. You know what I mean? I think he'll be back. I really do believe he'll be back.
If that happened to him once too.
Yeah.
Like they released him and
they brought him back.
They weren't really doing much for them to begin with before the Rock thing.
Well, he was a manager for Indus Sher, right? That's all he was doing.
Yeah.
He was the manager of Indus Sher after the Rock thing.
I
don't.
He was managing Indus Sher right before WrestleMania.
This may sound. I'm wondering if there's like an injury thing going on with him. He just can't shake it, and they're just like,
you know what?
Yeah, maybe. They're all gone. Cameron Grimes was today, I think. That was surprising.
Yeah.
Again, got up to the main roster and didn't really do much. So expect Trevor Lee to be back in TNA.
Tomorrow?
90 days.
Yeah.
Von Wagner was another big surprise, I thought, because I thought they were going to push him to the moon, but
just like Mr. Cameron Grimes.
Correct. Thank you. Matt Cardona underwent surgery for a torn pec.
That sucks for him. Mm-hmm. That really sucks. He was fucking on top of the world.
This is another interesting. It's another interesting thing. So NXT Battleground was scheduled for, like, I think the day before Double or Nothing in Savannah, Georgia. They moved it to June 9th, and they're moving it to the UFC Apex in Vegas, which is essentially a production studio. I find it interesting because, yes, I know they got to rent out buildings. They don't really have to rent this out because they're owned by the same people. I think it's just a test to see if they can't do weekly shows there and move NXT out of... No, they're at the Performance Center, so that makes no sense.
NXT pay-per-views will have a hotter crowd in Vegas, I guess. Because doesn't that place only fit like 500 people?
Yes.
Yeah, it's tiny.
There's a big show in Newfoundland.
I find it interesting that there's a UFC fight night the night before, but not there. It's in Louisville, I think it is. Let me double check. Yeah, it's in Louisville. Because that's where they normally do the fight nights, are in that Apex theater thing. I don't know. I don't understand why they think that this is a good idea. But in the same breath, it's a free production studio to put a free PLE in, you know? From a monetary standpoint, it makes sense. And you can make it look even worse than that, because from a tax implication standpoint, you could claim, oh, well, we would have paid X amount, so we get to write that off on our taxes.
You know what I think they're going to do, Sleazy?
What's that?
June 9th, they're going to reveal that WrestleMania 41 is going to be in Las Vegas.
You think so?
That's what I think.
Well,
I can't wait for that fucking theme. I love Double or Nothing when they normally go to Vegas, because I like that casino style theme from AEW anyways, right? So,
And they pretty much said that the only two cities is Minneapolis and Vegas. And if Vegas gets it in 2025, Minneapolis is going to get it in 2026.
I'm okay with that.
Cold.
Or vice versa.
Well, that's a closed arena, though.
Both are.
Yeah, but for different reasons.
One's
You're
hot
not
as
going to
hell,
be freezing
one's
your...
One's hot as hell, one's cold as hell.
Actually, April...
Oh, that's another thing I want to talk about.
Yeah.
So Nick Khan pretty much said that, you know what, we want to get it off the same weekend as the Final Four. Because you got WrestleMania Saturday is the same night as the national semifinal. And there's talks like, you know what, Philadelphia was cold. Maybe they don't want to do it in the beginning of April.
Don't do it in an open fucking air arena.
Right.
Well, here's the thing. They're losing out on markets like, well, I think I've named them. Pittsburgh, Sleazy named Boston, DC, Baltimore. They're normally cold around that time. That can fit. I don't know what Dees was talking about. I was like, oh, that stadium's tiny in Baltimore. It's a 70,000 seat stadium.
That's good enough.
They have SummerSlam.
Yeah, and that's going to be in Cleveland this year. So I understand that, but maybe those cities don't want SummerSlam. Maybe those cities want WrestleMania.
Maybe those cities going to be so fucking cold. I'd say during 29 when it started to rain during the pre-show, I remember outright saying, I'm not going anywhere. I can pour.
Right. That's why the point I'm bringing at is there's a rumor going around that maybe they're going to move it to May. WrestleMania in May.
So then, oh.
This is a rumor, and I just wanted to get your I personally don't like it. I would just say move WrestleMania to the week after the Final Four.
Now, because here's where my brain is stoned and just curious. Does the Final Four always coincide with something about Easter? How Easter is every year?
No. The Final Four is normally the first weekend in April.
WWE normally is anywhere between the first week of April as well.
That's why I'm saying move. And I don't think you want to move it to the week before because you still got NCAA tournament games Saturday night and Sunday. Move it to the week after. You're not competing with... Oh, you're competing with the Masters. I guess it doesn't matter. Masters ends by 7 anyway. So, yeah.
Yeah, because the golf and WWE fans like this. Like fucking this.
Masters pops a Who's rating every year.
I don't care. The golf...
So nobody's watching it.
WWE... You don't see the Ryder's Cup sponsored by WWE title belts.
Not yet.
And you will not for a while.
Bullshit. If I'm a wrestling fan and I'm a golfer, boys, I'd say right to the camera, where's my WWE title? Where's my AEW title?
That's not happening for at least another 10 years. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Bullshit. Those plates are so interchangeable and easy to make.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you also have to find a market for them. And there's not going to be a market for them.
I'm not talking about selling for them. I'm talking about when I win the PGA Tour, I can hold up my fucking belt because it's got a big AEW or WWE logo on it, so everybody knows where it's coming from. My little side plates can be golf.
Hey, first of all, that's going to be a TNA championship.
They don't have the side plates.
Yet. Give them 5 years.
AEW's around and got the side plates. The TNA don't yet. I don't think TNA is going to have them.
It's going to be the Lucha Underground Championships.
Oh my God! Give me the gift of the Gods belts, baby.
Right? There we go. No, in all honesty, I don't believe there's enough of a market for it yet. But you never know. You know, they merchandise everything, and for good reason, because there's money in it. So if they think that there's going to be enough of a crossover in golf, sure, they might make it. I just don't think they will yet.
I honestly don't either. But I was just thinking, what's after the weekend? I'm like, oh yeah, the Masters. I was just thinking,
always going to be something to compete, no matter what they think about.
Yeah. So the weekend
I'm
after.
Tell you, you both are going to laugh at me, but I know exactly the weekend to put it on. Memorial Day weekend.
Isn't that when AEW runs?
To piss Tony Khan off so bad.
But the thing is, it's a good weekend to do it with because.
But Tony Khan does it.
No, well, yes,
but. It was in the same city every time, but.
Yeah, well, whatever. Well, that will piss off AEW fans, but that's neither here nor there. The reason why I say it is that Friday, fans come in. Saturday, WrestleMania. Sunday, WrestleMania. Sunday, people can go home. Or Monday, people can go home.
I think everybody's stupid when you don't go, when you're going down there, and even WWE fans, SmackDown's usually pretty good the night before. SmackDown now leads in the Hall of Fame. There's your Friday taken care of. Mm-hmm. Saturday got NXT and Mania. Sunday is whatever fun thing to do, and then Mania. If you're in town, why the fuck are you not there for Raw? Because Raw is going to be fucking huge.
Because a lot of people need to get back to work.
Fuck that.
I know.
And I made this argument with Sleazy before. I'm like, if they're coming from WrestleMania, they can stay for Raw.
What's one extra day?
Yeah.
When they spend $4,000 on a ticket, no, they got to get back to work on Monday to fucking pay for all the fucking $40 hot dogs. You know, if it wasn't for the fact it's so expensive right now, I wouldn't be as, you know, I wouldn't be as flippant about it.
Well,
we didn't go to WrestleMania. It was down the fucking road because it was so expensive.
I think if they're spending $4,000 on WrestleMania, they're going to spend the extra $100 on a Raw ticket.
My point is that they're not because they can't.
My point is I think they will. And most people.
Holy shit.
Breaking news?
Not breaking news, but I was looking for the Reddit quote, and it wasn't a Reddit quote. It's just a factual, apparently statistical statement here, so I'm going to read it out. This is the Reddit thing. Cody's win at WrestleMania was the first time in 10 years that a male Royal Rumble winner had won a title in the main event in front of a live crowd. Batista at 30, last. Reigns at 31, last. Triple H at 32, last. Orton didn't main event in 33. Nakamura didn't main event in 44. Seth Rollins didn't main event in 35. Drew did win, not in front of a live crowd. 37, Edge last. 38, Lesnar last. 39, Cody last.
Interesting.
So the last person to do it is Cena. Right?
And the last woman to do it would have been Belair.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. That's an interesting.
Hey, I'll put myself over as I fucking leave. Ryan Buck,
right.
Reddit, Twitter, Instagram. I try to fuck with our Sleazy and the Fat Man Instagram too. Trying. And I'm on TikTok. If you can find me, I tag all of us all the time.
Peace.
Well, I got one more bit of news and rumors.
Let's go for it. We got a few minutes left.
NJPW.
Oh, yes. So, everyone knows that New Japan and Stardom are like two sister companies, sister brother companies. They fight in the back or whatever. As of today, was this? It was either yesterday or today.
There today.
Stardom's actually going to be a whole subsidiary of New Japan Pro Wrestling. And what that means, I don't know yet. But I could definitely see them like leaning deeper into putting Stardom World on New Japan World. They kind of do a little bit of that now, but they still have the separate the Stardom World streaming service. I could see them rolling them into one thing and being able to get all the content there. I would love that and maybe it would also give them more incentive to make it a better product as a whole, the New Japan World specifically.
Right.
So, Ryan, go fuck yourself. Heavy G, not here, unfortunately, today. He had to be off. He does, with Fatman, the Best Darn Sports Show, period 2. You can find that Thursdays every other week.
Every other week till the football season starts. We're going to be doing a live watch along of the NFL draft this coming Thursday.
Cool. That sounds good. I'm at TW Sleazy. God damn it, you motherfucker. We are SleazyFatman on X, Instagram, Threads, TikTok. As you heard Ryan say it before, he's starting to take over the Instagram account, so really follow that. Who knows what the fuck he's going to put on there. Please go on over there, give us a like on follow on all of our social media accounts. Videos you can find at twitch.tv/SleazyFatman, youtube.com/SleazyFatman, and premium videos at onlyfans.com/The Wrestling Show. Make sure you like and subscribe on your favorite platform and click that notification icon on YouTube because A, it helps us out, and B, it allows you to know when we go live, when we do these kinds of shows. You can find all sorts of content at thewrestlingshow.com, including articles, merch, other cool stuff. I said this at the top of the show, but I'll reiterate it again. We did finish the Wrestling Show Hall of Fame. Check that out. It's stupid little bit, but I love it. You can get this podcast every Saturday morning wherever you get your podcasts, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube Music, Podbean. Don't hesitate to rate us your favorite platform. Click automatic downloads. Once again, that really, really does help us out. And always do the algorithm thing. Like, comment, put a star rating on anything. You know, it really, really does help us out when you interact with our stuff. So with that, thank you to Ryan, who was on the show. Thanks to fuck you to Deets, fuck you to Heavy G, and as always for Sleazy.
For the Fat Man.
This is a Wrestling Show. Thank you guys so much for listening. Peace.
Fuck Dave Meltzer, because Ryan. Fuck Dave Meltzer. Ryan again. Fuck Dave Meltzer. It was not a 5-star match. Fuck Tony Khan and his alleged coke habit. A hot dog is on a sandwich. A sub is on a sandwich. A burger is a sandwich. Next week, we are doing, speaking of drafts of the NFL draft, are we doing a draft?
We might be.
Are we?
I'm a truth that you seem to run from. I'm an army of one. I'm a clip in your gun. I'm the pain of the game. The blood shed in your name. When there's nothing to gain.